It's time for some NHL Rapid Fire with Alex Smart. Don't forget, it's March, and that means the madness is here. So when you're at picksandparlays.net, use the promo code BALLER, and it'll save you 15% at checkout. We're going to start with Nashville at Toronto. Now, Nashville has won 3 straight. The last one was at Montreal, 4-2. This is going to be their third road game, and they're heading into Toronto. Maple Leafs are 36-25-9. They're coming off of a win, but they had 3 losses in a row before that one. The win was against a really good Tampa Bay Lightning, 2-1, and at home they're 18-9-7, so a decent record there. I'm showing Toronto at -150 and Nashville at +130. What do you think about this one?
You know, the current state of affairs in Toronto is that this team doesn't have a heart. It doesn't have a soul. It doesn't have any direction. And, you know, the metrics behind what they've done this year show you a team that's extremely talented. A lot of big scorers, Tavares, Marnier, Matthews. I mean, you name it. These guys have it all. They just can't put it all together. From a value perspective here, Nashville's been able to upset a lot of good teams this season, and they're more than capable of doing it here tonight.
All right, so take that plus money with a team that's streaking a little bit too. Ain't a bad play at all. All right, we're going to move on to we're going to do Philly, the Flyers, and Tampa Bay. Philly's 41-21-7. These are 2 really good teams. Philly's number 2 in the Metro. Tampa's number 2 in the Atlantic. Philly was on a 10-game winning streak, but that just got snapped. They lost at home to Boston 2-0. Not a bad team to lose to, honestly. Tampa Bay, on the other hand, has lost 2 in a row. The last one was at Toronto, 2-1. I'm showing the Flyers +130 or Tampa Bay home favorite -150.
Yeah, Tampa Bay's been stuttering a little bit lately. Philadelphia's been on an upswing, headed towards the playoffs. Maybe one of the hottest teams in the East, if not the hottest team. You have to look at this game from another perspective, though. Talent-wise and experience-wise, we have a team that's lost 2 straight games with Tampa Bay. This is a team that wants to bounce back, absolutely. I think even without Stamkos in the lineup, they're their number 1 goal scorer. I think they're more than capable of handing Philadelphia 2 in a row. And sometimes you look, you know, I don't know if there's an actual angle here because I think it's close to 50-50. I don't have the numbers, but teams that have been on more than a 10-game winning streak have lost their first game, have lost 2 in a row, I should say. So, you know, it's a 50-50 snap here. So it's not bad considering yeah.
Yeah, that's a good angle too. Okay, so we're going to go to the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Blue Jackets. Pittsburgh's 40-23-6. They're coming off a win at New Jersey, 5-2. They have won 3 of their last 5. They're cruising in to the Blue Jackets, 33-22-15. They've won 2 of their last 5, but they are coming off a win 2-1 at Vancouver. I am showing the Penguins -145 and the Blue Jackets a home dog at +125.
You know, you got to love those home dogs sometimes, and I know Columbus may not fire. Yeah, you got to love it. And, you know, whether you're on the right side or the wrong side, you always feel like you've got value for your money, especially in this kind of situation. I'll tell you, you know, Pittsburgh's been up and down. Don't get me wrong, extremely talented team. They're a little bit banged up, but you know, I'll tell you the truth, you know, Columbus is in complete desperation mode. And, you know, at that kind of plus dollars, I feel comfortable, you know, just sprinkle a little cash out there on this one with the home team.
All right. Alex Smart says, take that home dog, the Blue Jackets. Okay, another free NHL pick from Alex Smart. We're going to do Florida and the Dallas Stars. Florida's 35-26-8. They've won 2 in a row, coming off a win at St. Louis, 2-1. On the road, they're 18-12-4. The Stars, on the other hand, 37-24-8. They're on a losing streak, like a 6-game losing streak, like a decent-sized one. Just lost at home versus the Rangers, 4-2. Their home record's okay, 19-12-3. And I'm showing them as a favorite at home, -145. Florida's +125. What do you think about this one?
Well, I think the line's off by a little bit. I think we're going to see some reverse line movement here in short value. And at +120, I think we have value with Florida. And I also like the under here. And the reason why, I'll tell you, Dallas plays a one-way type of hockey anyway. It's all based on defense, trap, whatever you want to call it. It's a very conservative style of hockey out of transition. And at home against winning teams like Florida this year, They've even been more constricted in their style of play. And what they've done is they've gone under in 12 of 16 games against 500 teams. So It's pretty good, 4.9 goals per game. So we're right in there for an under bet there, and value with Florida once again.
Okay, so Alex Smart says take the under and take the Florida. All right. Okay, so we're going to do the Islanders at Calgary. New York is 35, 23, and 10. They're really banged up right now, though. They've lost 7 in a row. Last one was at Vancouver, 5-4. Not a ton you can do about injured players. I mean, you can always play better. You can fix your losing streak that way, but if your guys are out, what are you going to do? Calgary, 36, 27, and 7. They had 3 straight wins before they lost at home, 5-3 to the Vegas Golden Knights. I am showing the Islanders plus 125 and Calgary minus 145. Where do we go with this one?
Well, this one doesn't have any value with the visitor. Now, I'll tell you, there's one thing with the New York Islanders. They have had a lot of injuries, but there is a deeper issue with this team. Great coaching, once again. But the players, for some reason, are now no longer gelling into the Lou Lamoriello, Barry Trotz system. And they're just not playing Islander hockey, something that we saw from them last year, earlier on this year. And there's a reason for that. It seems like this is a deeper look at this. Barzal, their one superstar, is no longer playing in Trotz's system. He's been benched on 2 or 3 different occasions late in games. His energy, I think, is translating into the dressing room, and there's more, like I said, and it's come back through this team. And it's not the dressing, it's not the injuries. Mm-hmm. It's Barzal and Trotz butting heads. You watch this as it goes along, and I'm pretty sure I'm right. No value here with the Islanders at all.
All right. Well, that's a great angle too. All right. You guys keep a lookout for that. That's why we ask Alex these questions. Okay. So he gives us angles like that. We know who to bet on. Okay. So last one, we're going to do Vancouver at the Arizona Coyotes. Vancouver 36, 27, and 6. This is their first road game since February the 1st. I think that's important to point out. They are coming off a win versus the Islanders, but like we said, everyone's beating the Islanders right now. They beat them 5-4. Coyotes are 33, 29, and 8. They've lost 2 in a row. The last one was at Winnipeg, 4-2, and they are back at home after 3 road games. I'm showing Vancouver plus 120 and the Coyotes minus 140.
You know, I look at the over when I look at Vancouver. I mean, this team plays a type of hockey that, I mean, explosiveness is part of their dynamic. I mean, they just shock you into, how do I say it, into playing a faster style of hockey. And, you know, no matter what we have here, you know, from a metric standpoint, numbers and everything else, if you go through all of Vancouver's games this season, you'll see explosiveness from time to time. And if you watch any of their games, which I have watched a few of their games, you'll be pretty impressed. It's pretty entertaining compared to what the rest of the NHL is, and that is a sleep fest these days. Coaches just playing for their jobs most of the time, but this Vancouver team really can light it up.
Well, such is sports. All right, so Vancouver, and you're getting a plus number on that, so that's some good value there. And we're taking the over is the official pick, right? Over.
You got to remember, just a little over a week ago or a week and a half ago, they blasted Boston 9-3. I mean, like I said, this team can't score.
I thought that was a baseball score at first. I was like, when did Vancouver get a baseball team? Oh, I see what happened there.
You're not careful with it. You drag into some big scoring games. And Arizona plays the style of hockey right now. No matter how defensive they are, they have a tendency of, you can drag them into a high scoring game.